The Nike Air Huarache is another one of those genius sneaker designs by the great Tinker Hatfield. The shoe has been on Nike's bestseller list for years and shows no signs of losing its popularity. In this video, you're going to learn about the shoe's water skiing origins and why Nike almost decided not to release a silhouette. But hey, my name's Nacho. On this channel, we make dope videos on sneaker culture, sneaker history. If you guys enjoy the videos, consider subscribing, and let's get into this video, guys. In 1989, the design of the Nike Air Huarache was conceived during a water skiing trip taken by Tinker Hatfield. He was impressed by the water skiing booties he was wearing, which were made out of a special material called neoprene. Hatfield was struck with inspiration. The neoprene booty in a water ski fits a bunch of different people, so I'm thinking, that's kind of cool. That's one of the problems that we have with shoes. They really don't conform to different shapes of feet very well. Neoprene does that. After the water skiing trip, Tinker Hatfield returned to his studio filled with ideas. He resurfaced days later with a sketch of what would later become the Nike Air Huarache. The first person that Hatfield showed this early sketch to was none other than the late Sandy Bodecker, who would later become known for developing Nike's skateboarding division. When Hatfield showed the sketch to Sandy, Sandy declared it the sneaker of the gods. He went on to clarify his bold statement by saying, "Yeah, this is what Zues would wear, or Mercury, or somebody." Sandy Bodecker thought that the shoe looked like an ancient sandal. His initial comments to the design mentions gods and Zeus, which hints at an ancient European sandal. But when it came time to name the shoe, they took inspiration from Mexico's ancient sandal, the Huarache. Since I speak Spanish, I'm gonna teach you how to really say it. You say it Huarache, right? But obviously, nobody in the sneaker world calls it that. So we're just gonna stick to Huarache, the Nike Air Huarache. These elaborate handmade sandals feature a leather upper that's woven with individual pieces through holes pounded into the sole. The invention of the Huarache is often attributed to the Mayans, but could have easily been the Aztecs too. They were constantly at war with one another and their cultures clashed. Throughout the years, they have been worn by farmers in rural parts of Jalisco, Michoacan, and Yucatan. Huaraches did not yield to the European invaders' influence, but instead have persisted and evolved as an artisanal craft across Latin America over the last several centuries. The Nike Huarache broke a number of conventional ideas in sneaker design. It had no heel counter, opting instead for the distinctive harness-like strap exoskeleton support. Not to mention it also used neoprene, which had never been done before in a running shoe. The shoe was one of the lightest runners available for the time period. It only weighed 9.5 ounces, which was crazy to think about in 1991. Tinker Hatfield was so sure of his innovative design that he decided not to put any swooshes on the sneaker. He wanted the shoe's uniqueness to speak for itself. Here's a quote from Tinker regarding the decision to omit the swoosh branding. It didn't need a swoosh, because people knew that only Nike could think of this crazy idea and then pull it off. Despite its genius design, believe it or not, the Nike Air Huarache almost never existed. Yes, Tinker Hatfield was certain that the shoe was the next big thing, but when Nike began to shop around the prototype to potential distributors, nobody placed any orders. The shoe was just too different, too unusual. It was looking like Nike would have no choice but to shelf the Huarache. Hatfield breaks down what happened next. One of our product managers actually thought it was awesome, and without proper authorization, he signed an order to build 5,000 pairs, even though there were no orders. He stuck his neck way out there. He saw what I saw, and he took those 5,000 pairs to the New York Marathon. Not a place you typically went to sell shoes, and then he sold them in like 3 days at the exhibition hall. They went like hotcakes. In a month, we went from 0 orders to 500,000 pairs. When the shoe released in 1991, advertisements for the Huarache included the iconic "Have You Hugged Your Foot Today" poster and a 2-page ad in the Sports Illustrated that boldly stated, "The future is here." Which, funny enough, turns out to be very true, since the Huarache's technology, designed by Tinker Hatfield, is still being used by Nike today. In 1992, Hatfield and the team at Nike realized that the innovative design of the Huarache could easily be adopted to the basketball court. Well, I'll just sort of take the same idea and transfer it into both a cross-training shoe and a basketball shoe. And just like that, the Nike Air Huarache Flight was born. The model was very much a departure from the bulky style basketball sneaker Nike was producing back then. The shoe was made famous by the legendary Fab Five squad from the University of Michigan, which consisted of Chris Webber, Jalen Rose, Juwan Howard, Jimmy King, and Ray Jackson. Thanks to the nationwide exposure from the Fab Five, the Huarache's multifaceted technology was a major success. All throughout the 90s, Nike continued to prioritize enhancements and broaden the use of the Air Huarache technology. The shoes even ended up on the soles of TV star Jerry Seinfeld. Nike also made a commercial with Olympic gold medalist Michael Johnson, and even gave Andre Agassi his own model. Scottie Pippen rocked the Huarache tech, with the neoprene-centric Nike Air Dynamic Flight version of the shoe. A pivotal moment for the Nike Huarache technology happened when Eric Avar, the designer for the Kobe Nike line, created the Nike 2K4, which is widely considered by many as one of the best basketball playing sneakers of all time. This was Kobe's go-to before he had his own signature shoe. Kobe famously wore the 2K4s in the Laker colorway during the NBA Finals in 2004. In recent times, the Nike Air Huarache has been a canvas for collabs with brands like Zues, Undefeated, and Nice Kicks. Nike is still putting massive funds behind the silhouette. It's now sold over 4 million pairs worldwide, and it's even considered a casual shoe nowadays. Moms love them, sneakerheads love them, the people love them. Maybe the shoe's just having one big resurgence right now, but I'm willing to bet that the legacy of the shoe will continue to live on throughout the years. What do you guys think of the Huarache? Have you ever tried the neoprene sock for yourself? I'd say it's one of the most comfortable shoes Nike ever put out. If you're interested in copying a pair, peep the links in the description box. Alright guys, thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, the whole nine, and have a great day. See you on the next one. Peace.